He said he was in a meeting. A friend Snapchatted me a picture of him kissing someone at a bar. I didn't call him. I just tagged him in the picture with the caption, "Business casual?" Then I deleted our shared calendar and changed our plans for the weekend. It was a regular Thursday. You know, the kind, long, boring, full of meetings where no one listens and emails that could have waited until Monday. Mason had told me earlier he'd be stuck late at work, something about a budget meeting with some partners. I didn't question it. He was always working late. Said it was grind season, or whatever term he used to justify staying out until 10 p.m. I made myself dinner. Something quick. Sat down with a glass of wine and pulled up Netflix. My phone buzzed. It was Carly. She's one of those friends who doesn't send snaps often, so when she does, I know it's worth looking at. I opened the snap. It hit like a punch to the gut. A picture of Mason. At a bar. His arms around a woman I didn't know. He was kissing her like they were in some rom-com. You could tell it wasn't their first time. There was a comfort in the way he touched her, the way she leaned into him. And he wasn't in his work clothes. No tie, no suit. Just that blue shirt I'd ironed for him that morning because he said he had a presentation. I didn't cry. I just stared at the screen like it would change. Carly must have taken the photo herself. I could see her reflection in the mirror behind the bar. She didn't say anything in the message. She didn't have to. She knew. Mason was supposed to be at work. Instead, he was at West End pub kissing someone who wasn't me. I sat there, heart racing but body still, and thought about what to do. I thought about texting him, calling, screaming, crying. But then something in me shifted. I wasn't going to cry over him. I saved the picture, posted it on Instagram. No filters, no edits. I tagged him, let all his friends and coworkers see it, and I captioned it with 2 words. Business casual? Then I put my phone down. I didn't wait for the fallout. I opened our shared calendar, something we used constantly. Mason and I had been living together for a year and a half, so we kept everything in one place. From grocery shopping to his sister's baby shower, to our weekend getaway to San Antonio. I went through every single event that had both our names on it. Deleted them. One by one. That dinner with his parents? Gone. The charity gala next month? Gone. The couple's massage I booked as a surprise for our anniversary? Gone. And the San Antonio trip? I didn't just cancel it, I changed it. I called the hotel and transferred the reservation into my name. Then I added Carly as the second guest. Same room, same nights. I figured she earned it. The last thing I did before logging out was rename the calendar. We used to call it Us Heart. I changed it to LOL. Then I logged out. That night, my phone blew up. Mason must have gotten the notification that he was tagged, or maybe someone from his office saw it. Doesn't matter. His messages were instant. WTF is this? Why would you post that? It's not what it looks like. She kissed me. I was just surprised. We were just talking. I had too many drinks. Don't do this, please. I didn't respond. Then the tone changed. You've been distant for weeks. This is on you too. You're the one who pulled away. Blame. Deflection. Classic. Still, I didn't say a word. The next day, I went into work like normal. Except I wasn't the same. Something in me had cracked open. I felt colder. Not broken. Not angry. Just done. But Mason wasn't done. He started showing up at my apartment. It used to be our apartment, but I paid the rent, so he had to go. I had already changed the locks by the time he came banging on the door. Yelling, pleading, crying. One of the neighbors threatened to call the cops. I stood inside, watching him through the peephole. Just watching. I didn't open it. He left eventually. Then he started texting Carly, asking why she would do that, accusing her of ruining his life. Said she was jealous. Carly screenshotted everything, sent them to me. He was spiraling. But I wasn't done yet. The next few weeks were a storm I saw coming, but Mason didn't. First, he tried the nice guy route. Left flowers on my doorstep. Apologies in long, handwritten notes like that made up for betrayal. One even said, "You're my everything, I just made one mistake." One mistake? Nah, that wasn't his first time. That's just the first time he got caught. Carly told me more. Turns out, she'd seen him once before at that same bar. A month ago. Same girl. She hadn't said anything then because she wasn't 100% sure. Didn't want to start drama unless she had proof. Now she had it. And I had a plan. See, Mason had this thing. He liked to keep appearances. His whole career was built on it. He worked for this boutique investment firm in Dallas, real tight-knit, old-school type place. Image was everything. He used to joke that they hired him because he looked clean-cut and married. I guess having me in his life helped with that illusion. Well, not anymore. I didn't just post the picture on Instagram. I sent it anonymously to his boss. Just a link to the post and the message. "This your top associate?" Lying to his girlfriend, kissing girls at bars while claiming he's in meetings. Did I feel bad? Not even a little. I knew they wouldn't fire him over that alone, but I knew it would cause damage. His boss was big on character. And when I tell you Mason was gunning for a promotion, oh yeah, he'd been prepping for months. Talking nonstop about how he was finally going to get that corner office. That dream died quietly. 2 weeks later, he found out someone else got it. A guy who'd only been there a year. Mason didn't say anything to me directly, but I heard from a mutual friend that he lost his mind in a meeting and had to take time off to focus on his mental health. I didn't laugh, but I smiled. Still, even then, it wasn't enough. Not yet. We had mutual friends, people who were always neutral. You know the type. Never pick a side. But somehow, they'd all heard Mason's version, that I overreacted, that it was just a kiss, that I went nuclear. So I showed them the receipts. Every message. Every lie. Every snap Carly took. Every excuse he made after being caught. I didn't need to say much, just let them read. One of them texted me later, didn't realize how bad it really was. "I'm sorry." And just like that, the circle around him started shrinking. He thought he could cheat, lie, and then guilt-trip me into silence. Instead, I made sure everyone knew who he really was. And just when he thought it was over, just when Mason thought the dust had settled, that's when I hit him where it hurt most. His reputation wasn't just bruised, it was bleeding. And I wasn't done. You see, there was one more thing. He still had a few of his things at my apartment. Some boxes in the storage closet, a golf bag, a couple of suits I'd dry cleaned for him right before he got caught. He hadn't asked for them. Probably figured he'd come back once I cooled off. Like this was some lover's quarrel we could patch up with wine and fake apologies. No. I packed everything. Every last item. Then I remembered something, his laptop. Not his work one. His personal laptop. The one he used to back up his phone. He'd left it under the bed. Now, I'm not proud of what I did next, but I'm also not sorry. I opened it. The password was still the same. My birthday. Inside was everything. Old texts. Screenshots. Emails. Pictures. Not just from the girl in the bar, but from others. At least 3 other women. One of them? Someone we both knew. A girl named Shannon. We went to college with her. I had helped her move last year. She even brought us a damn bottle of wine as a housewarming gift. I sat there, staring at the screen, feeling my stomach flip. Then I took screenshots. All of them. Labeled them by name, date, location. And then I sent one anonymous message. To Shannon's boyfriend. I knew his name. They'd been together longer than Mason and me. The guy was solid. Sweet. Used to bring her lunch at work. I sent him the files with a simple note. You deserve to know who you're with. I didn't wait for a response. That was one domino. Then I sent another folder to the girl in the bar. Found her through tagged photos on Mason's Instagram. Her name was Brittany. Messaged her from a burner account. Sent her a list of names and dates and screenshots showing she wasn't the only one. I figured if she didn't know, she might want to. If she did know, well, now she'd know the whole story. The third folder? That one was for Mason himself. I printed every screenshot, every message, every photo. Put it all in a big yellow envelope. Dropped it off at his new apartment door with a sticky note that said, "This is why I didn't just yell. I planned." Days later, Carly texted me, "You hear about Shannon and her guy?" I said no. She replied, "He dumped her. Clean break. She's spiraling." And Mason? Oh, Mason started calling again. Blocked number. Private messages. He was unraveling. Said I was out for blood. He was right. I wasn't angry anymore. I was focused. That's when something unexpected happened. Mason's mom called me. We'd met a few times. She liked me. Said I was the best thing that ever happened to him. She wanted to know what happened. Why I'd gone quiet. Why I'd unfollowed her on everything. I didn't say much. I just mailed her the same envelope I gave Mason. After that, she didn't call again. Word got around. His family knew. His job knew. His friends knew. And every woman in his phone? They knew too. But the part that really drove it home, he showed up to the same bar a month later. Alone. And Carly was there again, because fate's funny like that. She texted me a picture of him, sitting by himself, nursing a drink. Captioned it, "No one's buying what he's selling anymore." Mason didn't bounce back. Not after that. Word spread like wildfire. Dallas isn't a small town when it comes to circles like his. The finance crowd talks. And it wasn't just about the cheating anymore. It was the stories, the trail of mess he left behind, the way he handled things after being caught, the people he blamed, the women he used, the way he tried to flip the script on me, make it seem like I went off the deep end. He tried to play the victim, but no one was buying it. His coworkers kept their distance. He didn't get invited to events anymore. Mutual friends stopped responding. I heard through someone else that even his boss quietly shifted him to non-client-facing work. Basically, they buried him in a corner office with no influence. But that wasn't the ending. The ending came when Mason tried to repair his version of the truth. He started a little blog, some half-baked self-help page where he called himself a survivor of toxic relationships. Yeah. He said I ruined his life because I was vindictive and emotionally unstable. Claimed I weaponized the internet against him. At first, I ignored it. But then people started asking if it was about me. And then Carly sent me a screenshot of a comment he'd left somewhere. Didn't use my name, but it was clear who he meant. Said I was manipulative, cold, and had a revenge obsession. I'd had enough. So I wrote my own piece. It wasn't dramatic. Just the facts. Laid out every event, every choice, every action. I posted receipts, screenshots, dates, names. Even showed how he was the one who left his laptop open. Showed how I didn't scream. I didn't slash tires. I didn't destroy property. I just exposed the truth. I didn't have to make anything up. Mason gave me all the material himself. The post blew up. People shared it, commented on it, messaged me with stories of their own. One girl even said she dated him years ago and had a similar experience. And Mason? He deleted his blog within 48 hours. Gone. Just like his reputation. I won't pretend I didn't get satisfaction from that. I did. But here's the part one don't always admit. I made mistakes, too. I let things go for too long. I ignored red flags. I believed lies because it was easier than starting over. I gave him second chances when I shouldn't have. And yeah, maybe I did go all in when I exposed him. Maybe it was brutal. But I'll tell you this, he earned every bit of it. This wasn't just about a kiss in a bar. It was about years of lies, gaslighting, manipulation. Him thinking he could cheat and walk away clean while I sat quietly in the wreckage. He underestimated me. And when it was all said and done, he learned something important. You don't mess with someone who knows how to stay calm when they're getting ready to bury you. And me? I went to San Antonio with Carly. We drank margaritas, laughed about the whole thing, and toasted to fresh starts. Mason? He's probably still trying to fix what he broke. But that's not my problem anymore.